Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the yet-to-be-released Nike Air Max 2014. Now, unfortunately, this is an early release pair, so I do not have a box for you. So the specifics on the colorway and stuff like that, I just don't have. Obviously, it's a navy blue. You got what I'm assuming is going to be some form of a red as an accent color. And then I believe this would be categorized as gamma blue, but again, I could be wrong. So the colorway, kind of unknown. I believe these guys are going to release on December 18th, somewhere around the middle of December of 2013. So they're not too far away, but I did manage to get myself an early pair, which I'm pretty happy about. I like the shoe. I think it's a good looking shoe. I can't say that I like it more than the 2013 Air Max, but I still think it's a pretty good looking shoe, and the design lends itself well to some pretty unique colorways that I'm sure we're going to see down the line. Now, as far as what they've changed going from the 2013 to the 2014 model, the outsole itself hasn't changed. The new Air Max unit was one of the major new features for the 2013 model. That hasn't changed going into 2014. What has changed, though, in a pretty dramatic fashion is, of course, the upper. You can see that Nike has gone away from the Flywire design, which I can't say that I'm particularly happy about. I think Flywire in any shoe is really the coolest feature. I think it's such a good idea, and I think it looks really good. It has such a unique look about it. Even though Nike has implemented Flywire in pretty much all of their running models, I wish they would have stuck with that design going into the 2014 Air Max. But instead, what you have is a combination of engineered mesh as well as like a very open fuse, as you can see. So there are these kind of fuse lines going throughout the entire upper. It gives it this kind of geographical look to the upper itself, almost as if you were looking at a map. That's kind of the first impression I got of this particular design. But for the most part, like I said, it still looks pretty good. You got your navy blue, you got your red, you've got your gamma blue, or lighter blue, I should say. And most of it, like I said, is very open fused with these holes going through. So breathability is definitely going to be there, although I still wouldn't categorize the Air Max as kind of a serious running shoe. They tout it as a performance model, but in complete honesty, if you're doing any kind of serious running, the Air Max line is definitely not something to look at. There's much cheaper and much better running shoes from Nike as well as other brands that I would use before the Air Max when it comes to actual running and training. But for the most part, as a casual shoe, this is still going to look really good, and it's going to be nice and comfortable for you. So the toe box area is pretty much all open mesh, as you can see. There's very kind of a more structured fuse going around the toe box area just to prevent any kind of slipping or over stretching of the upper. You have your 3M Nike swoosh here on the instep as well as on the outside. And then the Air Max kind of embedded in the fuse material is also 3M, so all of that will reflect against the light. The tongue itself does have some kind of inlaid padding there. You can see that it's got the red Nike logo there at the top, and it even says Air Max. It's just kind of difficult to see. I think you guys can see it there now. The heel liner is kind of a very soft material, obviously navy blue, and there's a decent amount of padding there as well. Give you guys a quick look at the insole. You can see it says running, neutral ride. Again, they're trying to push this as an actual running shoe, but if you're doing any kind of serious running, this is definitely not a shoe that I would use. It's kind of like that Ortholite material, very, very soft, decent amount of thickness, providing some nice step-in comfort. As far as the midsole goes, that's what makes the Air Max series unique. You have this top line of foam. I believe it's a Phylon. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you have that top line of foam, which is backed up by, of course, your 360-degree full-length Air Max unit, which is really good. It's much improved over the previous Air Max units, at least the ones that I've used. I have a 2011 pair of Air Max, and going from the 2011 pair to the new 2013 or even 2014 model, the Air Max unit is much improved. It's a lot more flexible, and to me just feels a lot more cushioned than what we had before. You do have this kind of little plastic top line carrier area going through the heel, but what's cool about this particular colorway is that you do have that fades from that light blue to the red. The bubble itself is clear all the way through, but the inside of the Air Max unit as well as the outsole itself does have that fade effect, as you can see, which I think looks very, very unique. The outsole itself has changed a little bit. The pattern's still very similar with this kind of waffle-like design. They changed it a little bit in the heel as well as a little bit at the toe, but for the most part, it's going to provide decent traction if you are running in them, but just for casual wear, you should be just fine. And there's a decent amount of rubber on here as well, so durability isn't going to be much of a concern. You can see it wraps up on the toe, and the outsole itself is kind of like semi-translucent all the way throughout, so it's like a translucent red or semi-translucent translucent to more of a translucent blue. And then of course it is Nike Plus compatible, so it does have that little slot in the middle if you want to throw in that Nike Plus chip. Again, if you're going to be using these as a performance model. So that's pretty much it as far as the technical specifications. Just a close in-hand look at the shoe, and move on next to what these guys look like on feet. Alright, here's a look at the Air Max 2014s on feet with a pair of shorts. And overall, I think this shoe looks a lot better on feet than it does in hand. And in comparison to the 2013 model, the upper feels a lot thinner on this one, and you can feel the air passing through. That's not to say that the 2013 model wasn't breathable. This one is just a lot thinner, and for that reason feels a little bit more lightweight in my opinion. In terms of the overall comfort level of the shoe, of course you do have that 360-degree air unit that I think feels really good, especially for casual wear. In terms of actually running in them, like I mentioned before, to me the Air Max unit is not ideal. You're going to get much better support and much better responsiveness from a foam cushioned running shoe as opposed to something like this. But for casual wear, they are nice and comfortable and just well cushioned overall. In terms of sizing, I'm wearing a size 10 US in this particular shoe as opposed to my usual size 9.5. And that's just because I find the Air Max series to generally run about a half size small. I wore a 10 in the 2013 model, and I went for a 10 in the 2014, and the fit to me feels absolutely perfect. Of course, once they come out, they'll be available at pretty much any shoe store, so definitely try them on before you buy if you do have that opportunity. You could go true to size if you want, but if you want something perhaps a little bit more comfortable, I would definitely go a half size up. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like on feet with a pair of shorts. Move on next to what they look like on feet with a pair of pants. Alright, here's a quick look at the Air Max 2014 on feet with a pair of pants. And I think for the most part, most people that are buying these shoes are buying them for casual use. One, because they look pretty good, and two, they are very, very comfortable. I think that the Air Max unit as a whole just gives this shoe a very unique look. And if you're looking for something that's comfortable, but at the same time subtle enough to wear on an everyday basis, this is definitely something to take a look at. So that's pretty much it as far as what these things look like on feet. And I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Nike Air Max 2014. I have to say that this shoe has grown on me. I think the design of the upper really lends itself well to different types of colorways, whereas the 2013 model to me was just a little bit too plain. I don't necessarily prefer it over the 2013 model, but if you're looking for something different and you're a fan of the Air Max series, I think that the 2014 is definitely a good effort by Nike and a shoe that I personally like the look of. Now, in terms of getting one of these for yourself, they don't release until sometime in mid-December of 2013, so you may have to wait a couple of months depending on when you watch this video to be able to pick up a pair of these for yourself. But in the meantime, if you guys do want to see some high quality pictures of this particular colorway right here, be sure to check out the review page on my website, linked down below in the description. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like, subscribe for more videos of course. All of my social media information can be found down below in the description. And other than that guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.